Yo, what's going on, fellas? Happy Wednesday morning to you. Appreciate you guys kicking off another morning here on Winning Bets. We're talking sports, talking some sports betting, and having a whole lot of fun along the way. What are we going to do on today's show? We'll always make sure we recap the previous day, and then we've got to get in some bets for today. We've got some Champions League we want to go ahead and talk about. We've also got some NBA first quarter action. We've got some NBA player props to go ahead and roll out for the first time this season. So nice little show we got on tap today. Again, thank you guys again for sitting here joining me. Let's go ahead and get to that recap and see just how yesterday unfolded. We get to ring the cash register today again, boys. Just like yesterday, we're ringing the cash register today as we put plus 2.17 units in your pocket. Absolutely love to see that right there. Champions League sweep. 3 bets and 3 winners under 3.5 goals parlay. That was in that sporting match where that game finished 2-1. That one was a little bit of a sweat because we had about a 20 or so minute sweat as Frankfurt won the game 2-1. How about that? The champions of Europa League. Watch out now. Now they get the knockout stages of Champions League. And then the other leg of that parlay was in that Tottenham match. Ended 2-1, but the third goal literally came on like the last kick of the ball. Højbjerg with just a fantastic strike to smash and grab, as like they call it in soccer. Smash it in the back of the net and grab all 3 points and run like hell and get back to White Hart Lane. And that's exactly what Tottenham did. So fantastic result right there, giving us the cash there. We also hit our double chance parlay. Porto. They straight up won the game there against Atletico Madrid. They were all over them. Boy, we watched that game on TikTok Live and just completely dominated Atletico Madrid. They bow out of everything. They're not even relegated down to Europa League. They're see you later, right on out of Europe. So it may be time to go ahead and change the manager there at Atletico. Boy, he's hung on there what feels like a decade, it seems like. Simon has been there at Atletico. Maybe time to go ahead and move on away from him. And then Ajax on that other side of that double chance parlay came through with a 3-1 victory there at Rangers. So easy parlay winner right there. Then the other winner we had was Club Brugge, plus 148. Club Brugge on the double chance. Got it done. Game finished 0-0. Watched that entire game as well with you guys on TikTok Live, and that one was sweaty. Brugge created a little bit, but Leverkusen, obviously they're the home side. They're going to probably create more chances. Boy, I was sweaty. There were some of those chances I thought maybe we're going to find the back of the net, but, maybe it was like the last pass wasn't all that great, or, the finish itself wasn't quite there. But that one was super sweaty, but to get a nice plus 148 cash when Bruges, needed a result, I love to see that right there. So we were tripped up in the NBA, though, with our only loss, Magic Thunder, first quarter, under 55.5 points. Just a good old sports betting loss. The numbers didn't work out in this one. Hell, the Thunder shot 61% in the first quarter, and the Magic shot 55% in the first quarter. So uncharacteristic. Like I said, the numbers said that not only should have been low scoring, but good defenses, low shooting percentages, and that was not the case, unfortunately, for us. So we dropped the loss right there, but still a fantastic day at 3-1 and plus 2.17 units. And as you guys can see now on the week at plus 4.53 units on the week. And also, guys, just another fantastic day of collecting arbitrage money. So much opportunities to put free money in your pocket. We're now up to over $33 this football season. And you get it now that you get the NFL and the NBA. We'll be making $30, $40, $50 a week. Do not let that money go by. And again, we're sitting at $33 on the good. So, all right, let's jump in that comment section. I want to also pull up my phone and talk about these Champions League games real quick and just kind of talk about. Obviously, everybody knows I love soccer, so I want to sit here and talk soccer. We've talked about Leverkusen and Bruges. We talked about Porto, Atletico Madrid. How about Bayern getting a very workmanlike 2-0 win? Just nobody wants to face Bayern. This is why we talk about, you want to be in pot one. You don't want to see Bayern in the next round. Bayern is just absolutely incredible. Like everybody knows, they get the job done winning 2-0. Liverpool winning 2-0 against Napoli. A little bit surprising that Napoli couldn't find the back of the net at that one. Outplayed at Anfield. Liverpool gets the 2-0 win. We talked about that Tottenham win, the smash and grab at the end. Dramatic, absolutely smash and grab. Fantastic shot there by Højbjerg to get the 3 points. Barcelona gets the job done on the road 4-2. We know that they're going to be relegated now down to Europa League. Ajax we mentioned, and Frankfurt we mentioned as well. If you're kind of looking like me, if you like to look into the future and kind of look at who could maybe face each other in the next round, remember Liverpool, while they're in pot 2, they do not have to face Manchester City and Tottenham, who will both be in pot 1 because you cannot face teams from the same country in the first round of the knockout stages. In the first round of the knockout stages, you can't play anybody in your group. So obviously first and second, they'll never play each other in the knockout first round. And then you can't play anybody from your same country. So Liverpool will avoid Tottenham in the next round. They'll avoid Manchester City. Look forward to seeing who they're drawing against. Otherwise, it's pretty straightforward right there. And then today, another great day of Champions League that, we obviously get to talk about today, as we roll out bets. How about that baseball game, though? Phillies and Astros. Holy hell. Phillies just hitting bombs. The city of Philadelphia, that stadium, Citizens Bank Park, was absolutely rocking last night. Watch out for the Phillies, boy. They seem like a team of destiny. That's kind of what it seems like here. And obviously what the Eagles are doing, it's like a city of destiny. So if you're backing the Phillies, or you're probably not betting it. I know I said I liked Lance McCullers over Rangers Suarez, and I still stand by that. McCullers was dog shit last night, just throwing meatballs right down the middle of the plate, letting them get absolutely crushed. So I would say going forward, you're either supporting the Phillies or you probably just back off, I would say, completely right there. So, all right, now let's jump into that comment section, see what you guys are talking about this morning. And then, we've got some good bets we need to roll out. Appreciate you guys thanks for joining us, man. Welcome. Everybody here welcomes you. Hope you enjoy hanging out with us each and every single morning, talking sports and talking some sports betting along the way. Brian's got that right attitude. It's Wednesday. Yes, sir. Jason's got it too. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is going to go with the Manchester City, Sevilla, and Milan, Salzburg under 3.5 gold parlay. We talked about you could take now and under in a City game. No De Bruyne, I would imagine. Haaland's still going to be out with the foot injury. I like it right there. Morning, D-Gent. Chelsea already won their group. Yeah, I got them on the double chance. They're not losing to Zagreb. It ain't happening. And actually, technically, yeah, they're not losing to Zagreb. I'm not worried about it. They're on the double chance. I got them. Real Madrid wants Bayern. No, you don't. No, you don't, Jason. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Actually, I don't think that'll happen because when Real Madrid wins today, they'll be in pot one. We already know Bayern's obviously in pot one. So, yeah, you won't even get that. And no, you don't want that. Yeah, Brian, you've been on it. What do you think about Shock Leap over 2.5 goals? Oh, Shakhtar Leipzig over 2.5 goals and Leeds money line. I did not know Leeds was in action today. Who the hell is Leeds? Leeds money line? Leeds money line. I don't even know who Leeds is playing there, Ryan. As far as over 2.5, yeah, Shakhtar Leipzig, both of them can full on go for it. Both of them are full on alive. Obviously, Leipzig can get first place. Shakhtar is looking to hopefully get up in the Champions League because remember, if they beat Leipzig, they beat them in match day number 1. So while they'll both be level on 9 points, Shakhtar has the tiebreaker, and Shakhtar will be the team that goes to the Champions League. So yeah, there will be goals in that. That one should be a fascinating game. I have no idea what you're asking me about when you say Leeds money line. I didn't know Leeds. It must be FA Cup, or I'm not even sure what you're talking about, man, to be quite honest. I didn't know Leeds was in action today, but yeah, I like over 2.5. And good morning, Ross. Good morning, Ross. Let's go ahead and throw up our Champions League bets, and then we can obviously kind of talk about them here. I'm going to go ahead and obviously roll with just the couple bets I gave you guys the other day. PSG on that money line. Just like everything about it. I just love everything about it. And they won first place, right? It's not guaranteed that they get first place unless they win. You win, you get first place. So love PSG going on the road to Juventus and getting the win. And Juventus is just nailed with injuries. I mean, McKennie and Paredes and Vlahovic is on the injury report. Just so many damn guys are on there. So I think PSG will go on the road and get the win. And then we'll do a 3-legged parlay. I love Real Madrid on the money line. When we actually gave that bet out initially, Benzema was on the injury report. Benzema is now off of the injury report. So let's go Real Madrid. Think they'll definitely get the job done at home against Celtic for a chance to lock up first place in the group. They're not going to go ahead and drop any points. They'll get all 3 points. Chelsea on that double chance against Zagreb. They'll get the job done. I know they got Arsenal over the weekend, but it'll just be a workman's-like performance. You're kind of seeing that under Graham Potter, right? Very workman's-like performances. I love Chelsea on the double chance. And then Maccabi Benfica. Hell, Maccabi's been really impressive so far in this Champions League. We know Benfica scores and concedes, so I think both teams that score will find the back of the net in that game. So plus 110 on that nice 3-legged parlay. Plus 110 on the 3-legged parlay. Yeah, Thad's right there with you, Ryan. So you were not the only one in the world betting over 2.5. Thad will be right there with you. That one should be a nice game between Leipzig and Shakhtar. I agree, fellas. That one should just be a nice game. So, hey, before we get on to these MLB bets, or no, not MLB, NBA bets, let me go ahead and remind you guys over there on DraftKings, do not forget to get in a DraftKings NBA bet today. If it loses, God forbid it should lose, you'll go ahead and get a free wager back up to $25. So make sure you lock in an NBA bet today on DraftKings. Do not miss that opportunity to give yourself a free bet should your bet lose, but your bet's not going to lose because you spent so much time researching it, fellas. You ain't going to get a loss. What are we going to go ahead and bet, though, in the NBA? Let's go ahead and roll with the NBA first quarter stuff. I already went ahead and tweeted it out. We're going to go ahead and back the Mavs and Pelicans in the first quarter. For the Mavs, we're going to go ahead and do the three-way line. So if there is a tie, we will lose our wager. But for the Pelicans, because it's a two-way line, if there's a tie, we'll go ahead and get our wager back. But boy, the stats say there should not be a tie. Let's talk about that Mavericks one first. The Mavericks are fourth best in the NBA in the first quarter. They're scoring 31 points per game, and that's about the same as what they're doing at home. The Lakers, remember, we faded them earlier this season against the Timberwolves in the first quarter. They're still god-awful in the first quarter. They ranked 28th in the first quarter. They're only scoring 25 points. This is the Jazz. Sorry, they're playing the Jazz. Sorry. The Jazz are ranked 28th in the first quarter, and they scored 25 points. And on the road, it goes down to 24 points on the road. They both allow about the same number, but give me the Mavs at home all day long. Again, you're going fourth best against 28th worst in the NBA. It's an absolute no-brainer bet. And then the Pelicans taking on the Lakers here on the road. The Pelicans, they scored 26 points in the first quarter. That ranks 10th. The Lakers are ranked 29th in the NBA. Again, remember, we faded them earlier. They're only scoring 24 points in the first quarter. That is god-awful. The Pelicans ranked first in first quarter points allowed. They only allowed 24th, and the Lakers allowed 29. So we're getting complete mismatches here. We're getting a good, superior Pelicans team in the first quarter. You're getting a good, superior Mavs team in the first quarter. Love these two bets that we've got cooked up so far in the NBA on the first quarter. We do want to add some NBA player props. I've got one for you. And then I've got a ton of stuff to keep your eye on. Follow me on Twitter. We are adding, I know I say a lot that we'll add some bets on Twitter, and then maybe sometimes it doesn't end up happening. That's not going to be the case today. I've got so many spots circled for NBA player props that we'll be adding some amount to them. So the one I have for you here on the show, there are the Milwaukee Bucks. Jrue Holiday over 20.5 points at -110 over at DraftKings or PointsBet. Look, the Pistons versus the point guard position, they allow 30 points per game in the NBA. That is dead last in the NBA. They allow point guards to make 3.6 made three-pointers per game. That ranks in the bottom 8 of the NBA. They allow 50% made field goal percentage to that point guard position. Jrue Holiday, he's maybe be heating up. His last two games, he got 34 and 25 points. It was 25 points against the Pistons in his most recent outing. And Holiday went over this in 2 of the 3 games last season versus the Pistons. So, and obviously coming home here, playing tonight in Milwaukee, we expect him to have a nice night. So I'll go ahead and do Holiday. Let me tell you the ones we want to go ahead and keep an eye on here. Let's talk some NBA three-pointers here for a second. Let's talk Phillies, guys. We want Tyrese Maxey and Tobias Harris. One of these, maybe both. Look, the Wizards going up against the 76ers. They rank 25th in the NBA in three-point field goal percentage allowed at 39%. And when they're on the road, you get a little bit of a bump because they allow 40% made three-point field goal percentage. So we'll be targeting Maxey or Tobias Harris. The reason there's no lines out for that is because Embiid, like he seems to always be, he's questionable on whether or not he's going to play. So obviously the sports books, that guy absolutely matters. And once we know his status, then we'll get those numbers up on the sportsbook. Let's also go look at those Cleveland Cavaliers. What about Chris LeVert or Kevin Love? They're going to go ahead against the Celtics. The Celtics ranked 24th in the NBA in three-point field goal percentage allowed at 38%. When they travel on the road, it gets worse for them because they allow 41% made three-point field goal percentage to the opponent. So we'll look to back LeVert and Love. And then for the last one here, let's go to a Portland Trailblazers player. Let's go Anthony Simmons there of the Trailblazers. We want to look at them going up against the Grizzlies. They rank 23rd in three-point field goal percentage at 38%. And when they travel on the road, you get a bump because it goes up to 41%. So you got 3 teams here that struggle to defend the three-point guard. They get worse when they travel on the road, and you're getting players at home in the 76ers, the Cavaliers, and the Blazers, where NBA players perform better at home. So we look to backing any number of those players, if maybe all of those players, if we get the right number, that obviously lines up with the research. I'll pull the trigger on every single goddamn one of them. So those are some of the guys we'll be looking to bat from a 3-pointer perspective. Otherwise, there are some other guys we're just kind of keeping our eye on. Kyle Lowry, there of the Miami Heat. Think he could have a nice night today. Donovan Mitchell, there of the Cleveland Cavaliers. He should also have a nice night. Nurkic, there of the Portland Trailblazers. He could have a nice night. And Valanciunas, there of the Pelicans. He could have a nice night. And depending on what position they play, obviously the research will show that the opponent is struggling defending that one particular position. That's why we've targeted those players against the opponent. And then there's one guy we got to look to fade there. Boy, the 76ers are outstanding in defending the point guard position. So let's go to Monte Morris there of the Wizards. Let's look to possibly fade him depending on what the number is. So those are NBA guys I'm keeping my eye on. We will be dropping some NBA bets on Twitter today, 100%. So it's unfortunate that the lines come out slow, but we're used to seeing that kind of last season, so not a big surprise right there. Good morning, Professor. Welcome, welcome. Yes, sir. Get your shirt on. Get your kit on. Get it on, Brian, when they helped you cash our parlay. Yes, sir. Let's see. Love these double chance parlays. Love it. Yep, I hear you. I like them as well. I'll try and get them. I know, man. I hear you, man. I know they don't need a point. Yeah, double chance. They don't. They're not dropping points at Stamford Bridge. It's not happening. Under 2 minutes. I don't even know who that guy is. Yep, that seems like how the Wizards do. All right, cool. That's it, fellas. That's all the comments. We've caught up. I think we're going to have another nice day. Look, man, we are cooking this week. We've won 2+ units on Tuesday, 2+ units on Monday, and now it's Wednesday. Oh, hell yeah. Give me a hell yeah. Hell yeah. Woo. Looking to kick today's ass, fellas. Hell yeah. All right, guys. Make sure, again, you're following me on Twitter. You can get that information at the bottom of the screen. It's at Winning Bets Pod. It's at Winning Bets Pod. Again, we're rolling out some NBA player props as soon as we get some numbers on some of these guys that we've been talking about. All right, fellas, enjoy your Wednesday. We'll hang out a little bit later on TikTok Live. We'll watch some of these Champions League action. This first slate of games with Real Madrid and Shakhtar Leipzig. Oh, yeah, that's definitely going to go ahead and get my attention. So, all right, fellas, we'll see you then. Enjoy your Wednesday, and let's cash, boys.